Cooper is a London Assembly member and Labour Group Economy and Environment spokesperson. She's told me this morning she still has concerns about what Rishi Sunak will be offering later for the capital.
It does sound promising, and I think the Chancellor has done a very good job up until now. I think my main concern at this stage is talking about 3 billion for green jobs. You know, who is going to go into those jobs? What training will be offered to bring people in? And also, I think 3 billion compared to some of the money that he's very rightfully put into his programmes before, as we went into the pandemic, is quite a small sum. So I'm quite concerned that that's not going to be enough. We're hearing a focus on something for young people, and I think that is absolutely critical. But we also know that COVID-19 has impacted on other people, particularly from black and minority ethnic communities. So I'd quite like to see some focus there. And certain sectors, really great announcement this week, a bit late, I thought, but this week has just come out 1.57 billion for culture and creative industries, but hospitality and retail. I think we need a special lifeline of hospitality and retail and a focus on the high street. So that's what I'm looking for from today.
Let's just go back to youth employment prospects in particular. Many, though, praising Rishi Sunak's Kickstart scheme to help create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Now, and particularly the age group of 16 to 24-year-olds, many of them, as you will know, particularly badly affected by the lockdown situation. Just on that, what detail will you be looking for, especially for a capital city like London?
Well, I think we would be looking for it to include training. So there's got to be an element of training so that if people are going into roles and being supported for, let's say, 6 months, that they're really going to get maximum benefit from it, and that it's not just going to be a sticking plaster for 6 months and at the end they're back to the same sort of situation. So that's what we'd be looking for, is to make sure that it's really high quality and that people maximise the amount of learning on the job so that at the end of that kind of role they can then go into the labour market properly. It is really important that we don't leave people to one side.
Well, indeed. And just finally, on another point you mentioned there, Leonie, earlier this week, of course, we heard about that extra money for the badly struggling arts sector, particularly here in London, funding to keep our great theatres and galleries and live venues alive. That, of course, crucial in a city like ours. How did you view that offer, though? Was that money enough?
I think it was a very, very good offer. People have been saying to me for some weeks before that they were keen to have that offer on the table. So I was slightly disappointed it took so long. But look, it's critical for London. It's critical for reviving not just our way of life and the things we enjoy, but also tourism. And tourists come to London. They then visit other parts of the country. They move on from London. They get that whole London experience. So I think that is a good offer. Well, obviously, the devil is always in the detail about how it gets filtered out, not just to the big visitor attractions, but also out to the smaller music venues. They've all been struggling. We're all desperate to keep them on their feet, so that when we all, start to move out of lockdown, there are still things for us to enjoy and for, guests and tourists to enjoy when they come and join us in London.
This is LBC News.
As we've been hearing in the last